All right, Sean Zittel here with Mario Barrios, fighting for the WBC interim champion, former 140-pound world champion. And Mario, first of all, bro, looking filled out, man. Like them days of sucking down to 140. How's it feel not having to do that, man?
It feels good, man. Then I feel like, just like, I feel like now I'm like finally starting to learn, how to like get down the weight, right? How to eat properly, for the fights, like way ahead of time rather than, like killing myself to like last month or, a couple weeks. So, I feel like, just experience and everything is definitely, starting to play, a big part. Now I'm like here and Bob's calling me a veteran and shit. So I'm like, damn, it sounds crazy, but yeah, man, I've been a pro now 10 years, so. But I feel like now I'm starting to like really like I feel like I got this, figured out, with the eating and everything. So it's like, I feel good.
Yeah, you're 28, so it's like you're in your prime now, right?
Yeah. I'm getting there. I feel like, yeah. So we're here.
Before really getting into boxing, man, I wanted to kind of like one of the first thing that comes to mind about you is kind of like your beliefs, and you lean heavily into the Aztec culture, Indigenous culture, and there's many shades of Mexican culture, but not a lot of fighters really lean into the Aztec stuff. And like, why is that? Like, what did you read something at some point in your life? Like, what shaped that perspective? That makes
I don't know. Like growing up, I was always, just like proud, to, I'm not, from like Mexico, but I've always been, proud to be Mexican, and and I feel like with that culture, or being raised like that, most of us, we're raised, very like proud to rep, Azteca roots and all the stuff, like I was just talking about it the other day, like we grew up with the, the Aztec calendar, in our house, and it was kind of just like it's part of the culture, and without even really understanding it. So it was like, as I got older, that's when I started to question it, like what does this mean? What is this? So when I started getting into it, started doing my own research, because of course that's all like history that was erased, through colonization and everything. Yeah, man, like I was like, I had to do my own research and everything on it, and then basically like I had a homie of mine took me to my first temazcal or sweat lodge when I was like 21, 22. I never just felt connected to like anything like that before. I myself always struggled with the like religion, following it and everything. I don't bash it, whatever makes you want to be a better person. But for me, I never felt like a connection with that. And so going to these temazcales, learning about these ancestral ways of healing and praying, that's what really ignited me like digging into my roots and just really like grasping on to my like indigenous roots, and just trying to like uplift indigenous voices and just stand for indigenous causes and everything.
Yeah, because it just must be interesting. You talked about how like the colonization wipes out the culture, but it's part of your bloodline too, from Spain. But although I know it's mixed. Some are more indigenous than they are Spaniard, some are more Spaniard than they are indigenous, but it's just all interesting, man.
Yeah, no, it really is, man. And even like, I mean, man, like you see and it's like it's so deeply rooted, man, and it's been rooted for like hundreds of years now, right? Even like in Mexico, you go there and the lighter skinned Mexicans, with the colored eyes and everything, they're more worshipped, or they're more praised than the darker skinned ones. And like all of that came from when the Spaniards came. The more Spaniard you were, the more royal, the more indigenous, the more like common folk you were.
Right. And
so that shit is so like deeply rooted. But yeah, man, that was like really like what like for me, what like caused me to get into like digging into my own roots. Finding out about like my family and all that. But it's all research. I have a lot of people that ask me all the time, and it's like, man, like you guys did that research on your own. Like there's no paperwork, there's no documents of our shit. Like so all that was erased. It's just traditions and everything that's passed down through your own family.
Yeah.